What's up, everybody? You are listening to and watching Blerd Empire. My name's Royce, co-host, along with my dad, Sinbad.
I've been a little sick. I've been on the road, going through Florida everywhere. No, it's not the coronavirus. I know that's some. Look, man, we're going through some scary stuff. And
yeah, we are.
We'll get into that some later. Talking about vaccinations or being vaccinated and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Vaccinations are like, a whole controversial thing. We'll go do that later.
That's a whole other
because this show is about some other. Well, keep hydrated. That's all I'm gonna say. If you go to my Twitter, Sinbad, I talk about hydration. Somebody sent me an article. Just look it up on what you should do to make sure you can at least fight it.
There we go. Because that's important. That's important to know. And unfortunately, this episode.
Yes.
We wanted to obviously. The tragedy that happened on Sunday, the helicopter that was carrying Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 8 other victims that we want to get into because, there's a lot about Kobe and his daughter, as there should be, and just the weight of losing somebody that iconic.
So many people in one
crazy,
in one swoop like that, and. We can't, usually we're here on Blerd Empire, stands for Black Nerds. We talk about technology, but pop culture, and this is really part of pop culture, but this is beyond. I think, I'm trying to remember, I'm 63. Have we ever lost someone at this younger age who had this kind of impact worldwide? I mean, went across color lines, went across cultures, went across languages, and I'm trying to think, I can't remember in my lifetime.
I definitely can't. I don't think, to my knowledge, somebody that iconic dying that young and that abrupt.
Yeah.
And it's just
and that's still that relevant.
Yes, absolutely.
So to the fact that he would just talk to LeBron James, so we just seen him when LeBron James passed him up for scoring, them on the court and that laughter and. I guess first thing I want to say to his family, to his wife and his mother and his father and his surviving kids and surviving relatives and surviving business partners, people work with, my condolences. I don't think that, there's no other word I can think of. I'm hearing everyone say, I can't think of words. And it's the first time there are no words for this kind of tragedy. But I would be remiss. I have to do the names of the other people that were with them. There was Gianna Bryant, is a head baseball coach at Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa. He managed players who ended up in the big leagues. Keri Antobelli, that's his wife. Alyssa Antobelli was his daughter. She played on the same basketball team as Gianna. Kobe once praised her defense after a game, tough player. Christina Mauser, I hope I'm saying all these names right.
Yes.
Basketball coach at Harvard Day School in Newport. I saw an article on Spectrum TV about her. She's quite an interesting woman from being an athlete herself and going on and how she met her husband and everything.
I believe in an article Kobe referred to her as the mother of defense.
Yes, it's crazy. She's was a basketball coach at school where Gianna went to school, and her husband, she's survived by her husband, which has got to be so painful when God gives you such a special person. We had Sarah Chester, the mother of Payton, who also lost. And we had Payton Chester, her teammate of Gianna. So we lost a mother and a daughter. So there's a father and a husband left in that total darkness. And Ara Zobayan, I hope I said it right. He's the chief pilot for Island Express, where he worked for 10 years and 8,200 hours of flight time. He flew Kobe on a regular basis, and I even understood he might have flown. Why am I tripping, man? Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi, he also flew Kawhi a couple times.
So I want to make sure. More than a couple. But. Yeah, I want to make sure that these people also recognize, because sometimes you get lost when a celebrity dies. The people who are not celebrities get lost in the process.
Yeah, and these are all people. These are all families that have lost loved ones, and it's easy to jump on to the icon or the famous person or the celebrity.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we're all people. No one's above anyone else, and it's just a tragedy and it's a shame, and the loss, the loss that we feel for Kobe and his daughter. That's same loss is just as deep for these other families, because this is the absolute worst thing that could that could ever happen.
This is the thing that nobody prepares for.
Yeah.
This is the thing that nobody wants to think about. This is tragedies are always something that nobody ever prepares for. And then when everybody's trying to explain it, and, everybody's trying to say, well, this is my relationship I have with Kobe, and then people post pictures, and I like what Jay Hill was saying. Everybody just started posting pictures they have with Kobe, but sometimes it's beyond. Hey, here's a picture, I knew him, but this is beyond some just picture.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad I heard these. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Shaq alluded to it and said the same thing. Why do we wait so long to tell people how we feel about them?
Yeah.
And phone call, he said, look, I just want to wish there was more I could say. He said, because Shaq lost his father, his stepfather, and his sister, and Kobe. And he go like this, man, that I wish I could say more. He said the things I won't be able to say Kobe when he's inducted in, with the jokes that you're waiting to tell. I think we need, and I'm hoping, we always feel this way after a tragedy. But why do we always say, what is it about a funeral that almost becomes a kind of a reunion? Because everybody gets together that you haven't seen. Somehow we make time to see each other when someone passes away. We make time, like, look, I'm gonna take time off, I'm gonna make it to the funeral, I'm gonna stay a couple, 3 days. But I didn't see you in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things where unfortunately it always takes something, this heavy to knock some sense into us and realize that we don't spend the time that we should with loved ones and appreciate them while they're here because
of work. We get busy. Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
Everybody's busy today.
Everybody's busy.
Everybody's over busy, and then we're on our phones. We're not busy.
Yeah.
We're planning on the phones, looking at things that make no sense. People that we don't know that follow you, which is cool, but they're not your family. They're not the people that you engage with in everyday life. It's I'm sorry about my throat and everything. It's just that we're never gonna see this cap. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all know sometimes I can be hard on Kobe. Because I was such a LeBron man and Jordan man. But my memory of Kobe, 17 years old, just getting to 17, 18, just getting to LA. I'm hosting Vibe, and he comes to Vibe with his sister and his mother. And he's back in the dressing room, just dribbling ball, and I come back and I talk to him. I say, hey man, we got this thing set up. We're both gonna compete. We're gonna shoot a shot, compete against each other. He goes, well man, I don't know why you're doing that, because you ain't gonna win. Well, he missed his shot, and I made mine. He's so competitive, I shut it down. I said, well, we gotta go to commercial. He said, no, we're not. I said, we gotta go to commercial. They're gonna put the rim up? He said, no. He said, no, we're not doing that. So you go. He came back after commercial break. He would not let me shut it down, so we had to shoot 2 or 3 more shots. Of course, he beat me. Because you can beat anybody with one shot. Of course, he beat me. I said, this kid he was like Michael. The only other guy I knew competitive like that was Michael.
Right.
Like he said, no, I'm not leaving. He was not leaving the show. He was not going to leave. And so it was, that playfulness I saw at 17, 18, that's what I was seeing in this new guy, this guy that was retired and hanging out, and the commercials with him and Kanye West, which makes me crack up.
I love that commercial.
The commercial he did about the guy playing Kobe's life. It's
Michael B. Jordan.
I'm like
young
this.
Kobe.
And I'm like, this dude has one hell of a sense of humor, but I forgot he had that.
Yeah.
I remember when I met him with 70, he had a hell of because that big smile, him and his daughter, all of his daughters, they got them big smiles.
Yeah.
And I think he's about to have his best life. Because he doesn't have to play ball. He doesn't have to compete.
Right.
I don't have to be the greatest. Still competitive. Wants to be good in what his new life is. But I saw I saw a guy who was more relaxed. I saw a guy, I said he is about to, and remember, 41 is young. He's got all this life ahead of him.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to seeing what that was. I was digging this new Kobe.
Yeah. No,
I was loving it, man.
I agree. And, for me, kind of my last memory of Kobe, unfortunately, it's kind of one of those moments that you regret because first off, like you were saying, like I'm not trying to hide it or anything like that. We were big Kobe critics.
Yes, we were.
One being fans of Jordan, and then obviously being fans of LeBron. And it's like, it goes both ways. So it's like that thing where you got to tear someone down in order to bring somebody up. Yeah. And it's it's one of the reasons why
I never doubt his talent though. We get no.
See, that's the thing. We were never one of those ridiculous people that were like, Kobe sucks, or like how people say LeBron sucks. It was just you would get frustrated because Kobe would take apart your team, and you get mad because it's like, but I don't want you to do that. I want them to win.
Yes,
so it's that type of frustration. Yes. But it's one of those things I look back on. Like I never once in my life purchased a Kobe jersey. I don't have any Kobe shoes or nothing like that because.
Well, tell the truth. You got a pair of Kobe shoes for your Christmas, your birthday. My brother got them.
No, I never got Kobe shoes.
We didn't wear them. No, was it me you got them or you?
It wasn't me.
I think he got some for me. So I'm not wearing those. Yeah. Those are Kobe shoes. And everyone thought it was Chris. I'm not wearing those. Those are Kobe shoes. Although I do have some Mamba undershirts, those dry fits.
Oh, really?
I have those. I got one on right now. Because I have KG and Kobe, and I didn't tell nobody. So I had those, the T-shirts, Yeah,
and it's one of those things where it's like at the time, you feel like you're being loyal to something. Yes. Where it's like, oh, I can't rock that. I can't rock this. Yes. I can't rock something that has number 8 or 24. And then when something like this happens, you just realize like how stupid that is.
That was ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like now in this moment, it's like I look back and I don't really have anything that I could, appreciate, or I can go out and get a jersey now, but that's not the same.
I can't do that now because when they say getting on the bandwagon, to do that now, plus I wouldn't have no relationship with them.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had it when I was rocking with him, although I do have the Mamba undershirts, I wouldn't get rid of them. I don't know why. I love them and I wouldn't get rid of them. We got that picture that's out there. It's Jordan in the middle. It's just, it's not a real picture, but it's painting. Yeah. He's got LeBron on his right-hand side. He's got Kobe on the other side. And we wish I had seen it. I wish I had been a moment where Jordan was walking with LeBron, with Kobe. I wish there could have been a moment like that. Yeah. But when I saw that and you said something at breakfast, no longer will I do who's the greatest between Michael and LeBron and Kobe. If you love Michael, look, man, I'm still wearing Michael gear. Love him. I love LeBron. You know what? And I love Kobe.
Yeah.
I will no longer say my guy was better than your guy. I mean, that's fun. That's sports. I'm not going to be crazy about it. Yeah. That's sports. But in those three, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Yeah. I won't even get in an argument with somebody. I'm not going to spend any moment of my life defending Kobe or LeBron versus Kobe, or should he have Shaq? Yeah. I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not doing that.
No, and to go back to that moment I was talking about, I was with my wife. It was Valentine's Day. We went to Catalina Island, and as we were leaving, we literally see Kobe and Vanessa there, and they're
really,
I think they were like leaving or something like that, and like they look peaceful and all that stuff, and Bianca's like, oh, I think that's Kobe, and I was like, oh snap, that's right. And she was like, should we ask for a picture? And part of me, it was, because obviously being your son, I know what it feels like when people are just on vacation, celebrities are on vacation, they just want to chill. So half of me was kind of like, no, I don't want to do that, because it looked like they were just chilling. And like nobody was surrounding them at all. Like looked like they were just peaceful. Wow. So I'm like, I don't want to be that person.
You don't want to be able to mess up the calm. Yeah. Because all it takes is one person to mess up the calm.
Yeah. And then on the other end of, being completely honest, there's a part of me too, like, well, I spent so much time like, hating. I can't post on Instagram like, hey, here's me and Kobe. Like everybody like, bro, what are you doing?
You fake, bro.
But obviously in hindsight, like I wish I wouldn't have cared about what it would have looked like. Yeah. Because then that could have been a moment that I had to at least remember him by, from that situation. But it's, you let, even like you said, even though it's fun with sports and it's fun to have those debates.
But sometimes it can get heated and hateful.
Yeah, it can go beyond what it's supposed to be, I think. And even just going in through with LeBron and things like that. Like I think the LeBron and Kobe comparison was became way more intense than the Kobe Michael situation. I think obviously because that debate started in the social media era, so I think more people, more voices got to chime in.
And it was East Coast, West Coast. It was a lot. I look at basketball now. Like first time I see them cancel a game.
Yeah,
when they canceled Clippers. First time I see them cancel a game. First time I seen players hold the ball for 20. Perfect numbers. 8 second, backcourt rule, 24-second shot clock.
Like, that's crazy.
And for the fans to pick it up right away what was going on.
Yeah.
And to cheer. Mm-hmm. You know, this not even your teammate. To show you, everybody just drops, okay, he was against my team. Everybody drops that because he's beyond basketball. Mm-hmm. I really would have liked to see what his next chapter was going to be.
Yep.
And I really like to see with Gigi, his daughter, I would love to have seen what kind of ball player.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure she would have been beastly. And
oh, man.
I loved hearing the story when he mentioned how everybody's like, oh, you still pushing for a son, you still pushing for a son to continue the legicy. And how he was like, well, Gianna's like, you don't need a son? I'm here.
I got this. He said, look, you can give me 5 more. He says, you can give me 5 more girls. I'm a girl dad. Now, you know me, I'm a girl dad. Paige was your oldest sister, was my running partner. You have a younger sister, man. So girls don't, I'm not one of, I hope I had a boy. I got the whole collection. I got my son, I got my daughters. To me, that's a perfect, I got a trifecta here. But some guys really take offense.
Yeah.
Especially athletes, if I don't get that boy. And I'm glad for Kobe that was not important.
Yeah.
And there might have been so much pressure on the boy. Can you see being a young Kobe? It's like being young Michael or Bronny.
I know.
It's so much
It's
pressure.
almost so much to the point where, sometimes you can't rise above it, which
how do you succeed?
Yeah.
How you beat the original when the original went through a whole different path than you went, and I'll never have that hardship I need to overcome.
Yeah.
So I just got to work on my skill level.
Right. Like at that point, you got to become a painter or something. Like you got to go completely
or a different sport. I respect Bronny Jr.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I respect that. When LeBron said, I wish I could give him that name.
Right.
Yeah, man, because man, that name carries so much weight, man. I'm watching athletes talk about it, but more than that, I'm seeing all these stories. I saw this guy on Spectrum TV, Make-A-Wish Foundation. He met Kobe when he was 8. Now he's sickle cell. Growing up, and then he got this video of him. He goes, "You a grown man." Kobe's like this.
Right.
You a grown man now, and it's wild to see. He gave him a ball, signed some photos, signed some jerseys when he was 8. But now you're a grown man. Kobe recognized, man, you a grown man. Look, you made it up. And he cried. He couldn't take it. He watching the video. Goes, I got a chance to get as a man.
Yeah.
Before I was Make-A-Wish, but now he didn't have to talk to me. But he's a man talking to me. I wish these stories about. I heard so many cool stories about Kobe. I said, God, I wish I'd known those stories. But is it even possible when you're still alive? Is it possible to hear all of them?
I don't think so, because in that point,
and nobody asked for it. So
yeah, nobody's asking for it. You don't even think to know those stories until unfortunately these situations. Then that's when you start coming out, and then like you said, you start hearing this stuff. And you're like, really? Wait, that was him?
Yeah,
are you serious? And it really makes you reflect. And like I said, I always come back to the whole part about what's the line between the fun fan competitiveness, and then when you're just being, grimy and dirty, and disrespectful towards somebody.
Well, look at a comedian, man. Ari Schiff, what's his name? My man, that agent just dropped and said, I'm glad Kobe died.
Yeah, you told me.
He died 23. I'm gonna pull up right now. He died 23 years too late. And now I'm glad. You know what I said? They said, well, comics, I have a free expression. I've done this whenever an entertainer dies. Well, brother, I'm glad it's free expression, because that means you can get yourself jacked up. He couldn't even finish the show, but they stopped the show, the comedy show, because they got death threats.
Yeah.
So, man, you gotta be careful hiding behind being an artist.
Yeah.
And being able to say anything you want to say. I'm gonna show you, it's so insane. And I kind of went off on him on TMZ. I don't know if they aired. I have some choice words.
Oh, you told me about that.
I did, yeah.
You told me about that.
Where's it at, man? Shafir. Ari Shafir. That's what his name, Ari Shafir. I want everybody to remember that name, so if he comes to a town near you, you can let him know how you feel about him. Ari Shafir. So he said, well, I'm an artist. Well, cool, brother. Artistically, I hope you get that beat down, artistically.
Yeah.
Just as an artist, because I have free speech too. But I don't want anybody to die. But the death threat shows you how much people love somebody, and you jump up and jump into the game like that. And then he said, I don't even mean it. He goes, I don't hate anybody. Yeah. Then he went further and said, oh no, I said it when any famous person dies, because he's most like a god then, and I just want to take that down. But I don't hate any of these guys. I said, now you're fake.
Yeah.
At least if you meant it, it's real, but you didn't even mean it. So you're fake, bro. Fake.
it's the same because even people on Twitter, it's people, mentioning stuff about him, pretty much saying that why do we have to hide the bad now just because he's gone?
But it's not hidden. It's public record.
Exactly.
And how he was acquitted and how the case went down. I have my own feelings about that case. But that's not for me to get into right now. But I supported him. Now I might have been hard on Kobe times, but during that period, I was one of the biggest Kobe fans. So I'll get you back on this. I'm watching how you ride through this. I want to see all the evidence on this, but not to get into that's a different argument. If somebody ever wants to get into it with me, but it's not like somebody was hiding that.
Yeah.
Nobody hid him. He passed away. Nobody was hiding it.
Yeah.
So some people, I need to talk about this, even though we're bringing this up. Well, how else would you bring that up? Man passed. Let's talk about all this. We know it's there. It's not hidden. Matter of fact, he went out every night. It was after each trial, hit by about 50.
Yeah.
I think he was showing you like, hey man, I'm not gonna break.
Yeah.
You're not gonna break me.
And I think that's when he got super jacked.
Oh, that's when he became dude. That's when he became the Black Mamba.
Right.
Dude, that's when he started getting tattoos and everything else, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it's to kind of like go back to I don't know, it's just, and like the moment that we heard the news, I'm
like fake. I was like Shaq.
Yeah,
fake.
fake.
No facts to get out of Shaq.
Immediately.
So not if you get mad at get this out of my face.
Immediately. Because it's, and I think we have to talk about the whole TMZ thing.
You know what, man?
TMZ, because obviously, whenever TMZ posts something, it's gotten to the point where like, they're usually right, because
it's not that they're wrong because you're paying people off. You pay somebody at the crash scene. You pay people off at hospitals. You got people on your payroll, airports, crash scenes. Yeah. Which we can't stop it. But you know what? Like you said, Grimy, you breaking rules, man. You're low life, and I don't care about TMZ.
Just to be first.
I won't do any more. I won't do any more. There's one comic who stops me sometimes outside TMZ, but I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done talking to TMZ, and I think all entertainers should be done talking to TMZ because you were so busy trying to be first. Look, CNN, Fox, ESPN, everybody laid back until they had news. Did you notice that? Because we all said this can't be real because only TMZ said it.
Yeah.
And they got off in fact, see, I said it first, but then people thought it was Rick Fox, and then people said it was other basketball players.
They said it was all his daughters.
Yes.
It was. I think that was actually ABC. The ABC is the one that said that. So everybody
everybody got caught. Everybody got caught up, and I got to catch up now with TMZ.
It's ridiculous.
That's why I love that sheriff that said, "Don't listen to TMZ. We'll tell you what's happening out here."
Yeah.
So they're patting each other. TMZ right now they're patting each other on the back. You should have somebody smack it beside of your head because that's straight up wrong.
Yeah. And with that, and that's what I'm saying. I think, and it made it even harder once they actually came out and reported that it was 9 total because it was just solely focused on Kobe. And then, so that's all we're thinking about. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, there was also 9 people. And then finally with those names, and I appreciate the fact that they took their time with the other families in a sense.
They took their time because the other families should be notified.
Yeah, exactly.
Because TMZ said everybody on the helicopter died.
Right.
Now, those who knew that they were on a plane with Kobe, those families who knew that their families were on that helicopter, well, how do you think they felt?
Exactly. Like literally, I think the headline was, Kobe dies in helicopter, everyone else does too.
Yes,
or something
you're like, what? You're like, what?
It's ridiculous.
So, I just got my feelings about TMZ. I hate how they sit in their little room anyway, so full of themselves, talking about stuff. Nobody can defend themselves. I wish y'all would go out. You send the reporters out there. You know those guys have to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
They send the people out there to get the video.
Yeah. It's just, and I mean, just the state of the news now, like everybody's already wary of.
That's not news. That's like somebody showed up with a camera.
Yeah.
That's not news. That's somebody showed up with a camera. What I think happened is this. I know somebody died. That part I'm going to report.
Yep.
I'm not waiting for the rest of the story. I don't care who this hurts.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate the Grammys literally last minute.
Wow.
They threw in their tribute, threw it in with, Nipsey Hussle, which I thought was great to kind of intertwine the two. The Oscars says they're planning on honoring him, which is great because, I think what people don't even appreciate or didn't appreciate until now, and again, me being one of those people, is that not just he won an Oscar, he's the first athlete to ever win an Oscar, and he's the first Black person to ever win an Oscar for an animated short.
No, see, I didn't realize. No, that's incredible when you think about it.
because as far as diversity and Oscars, like we're always up for the acting and like the performances, but when it comes to all those technical areas,
never.
That's where this disparities, it's huge. And so even for that, like, and you don't even think about that category like that, like animated short, And
to be honest with you, I didn't. When Kobe won, I said, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't, you know what? And I'm just into being honest. It was, once they caught him in my basketball thing, it's, oh, man.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How we felt with him as a basketball player literally carried over to his other stuff when that had nothing to do with basketball.
I had to rewatch it after this and go like, damn, this was good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had to rewatch it and go, I was so jaded. Mm-hmm. I was so jaded. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Who's the greatest basketball player? Who's the greatest comedian? Who deserved to have this? You know what? You can have your pick. Mm-hmm. We love who we love. We dig who we dig. All I care is that people working. All I care is that those three brothers made great money.
Yep.
And they are three. You can't go wrong with either one of the three. Mm-hmm. You can't go. You're not going to be but that far off.
Exactly.
Because they're this close. So it doesn't matter.
And they all impacted the game in a different way.
It doesn't matter.
And and the thing with me too, just bringing back the other families, like, or just everybody, because me literally about to be a father, like.
Wow.
Our due date's Saturday, so literally, and it's Thursday today, so 2 days away. Yeah. He can come at any point, and just thinking about it from like I've never had to think of anything from a father's perspective, like actually being a father, having a kid, like ever in my life. So this is the first time where I'm actually starting to think about that, and it hits so hard, and it's in such a different way because now like. My son's not even here yet, and I can't even imagine
what it's going to be like. It's like me losing. Every parent has had a dream. I had a dream I had to run your room. That something happened to you. I ran in a room, and that's why I've always respected. I said, how do people survive? Mm-hmm. How do you survive the loss of a child, loss of a husband? How do you survive it? I give kudos out. I give prayers out to people who have to endure that because Kobe is the famous one, but there are other people probably lost that day in cars.
Right.
And Jamaica has an earthquake today, and you got all these things going on. There's so much. Puerto Rico has that thing. So many lives are lost on a regular basis. Last time you're going to see somebody. We just have to, nothing's that big. We talk about petty. Now, I'm not saying you always got to forgive people, but you don't have to hate.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm looking at it. You don't have to forgive everybody, but you do have to forgive your own soul.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
Not for them. You do have to forgive your own soul, or you never move forward.
That'll fester.
Yeah, it festers, and you never move forward. But you don't have to hate, because I've carried hate in my heart. I hated when I did my last Comedy Central special. I was so mad at certain people in that production. I mean, it made me almost sick, almost made me toxic. My daughter said, "Dad, what are you doing?" And I said, you know what? I got to let that go.
Right.
Not for them. I'll never work with that cat again. Yeah. But I'm good. I'm good. I said, I had to look at the good that came out of it, and I'm good. But that's, like I said, I don't, why is it, Kobe we're having a conversation to show how big he is. We're all having a conversation that we might not have had with somebody else.
Right.
We're all having a conversation, talking about a lot of things: family, ball, life. What do we do? It's a big. I think sometimes God takes some of our great ones to make us think.
Yep.
That's the only way it can make sense to me. I think, and doesn't make it hurt less. Doesn't make it hurt less for the family. I'm not even saying that, but we're having a conversation, a giant conversation.
Yeah.
I'm looking at basketball players in NBA. I'm looking at NFL. People are thinking in a different, at least now. And you hope all of it doesn't carry over. You have after a catastrophe, when there's an earthquake and families are helping each other, it doesn't always carry all the way over for everybody, but it does carry over for some people. And it does stay with some people forever. This one will stay with me forever, because otherwise that life is in vain.
Yeah.
If it doesn't last with us, if it doesn't ring true with us, if we can't gain something from this, that was in vain.
Yeah.
It was for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, it's hard, and for me, my biggest lesson from this is just literally just appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
No matter how big or small, appreciate everybody, appreciate everybody's talents, whatever they can offer to this world. Just appreciate it and stop finding reasons to fight, compare,
always finding
whatever.
fault. We always find fault.
We're always so quick to find fault.
You know what? I never wanted to be a critic. There was in my career, you've never seen me judge. I don't think I've ever judged a comedy. They want me to judge some of these shows on TV to be a comedy judge. I said, it's hard for me to say somebody's not funny, even when he's not funny. Because you had the nerve to get on stage.
Yeah.
Now, only people I can tell that is someone who thinks they're funny. I can say to somebody who thinks they're killing, but I've even seen people like that. They're hiding behind something else. I just saw this young kid. I worked the show, and this young kid thought he was there. I said, but you're hiding, dude. You're hiding behind something. And I got him a chance. Instead of dogging him, I got him to come out of his shell a different way.
Yeah.
Being himself. I'd rather do that. I'd rather be that coach because I was that kid. I wasn't the greatest at anything. Everything I have, I worked for. I had to work extra hard. I used to get mad because I had to work extra hard. I've always dug people who I see you can be something. No one believes in you. I like those kids.
Yeah.
I like those adults. I like those people in this business and in regular life who think they don't have it. I say, you have it.
Yeah.
You have it. You just got to have somebody believe in you. And I look at Kobe. I said, everybody thinks he's gifted. I said, people like him, LeBron, Michael, they work so hard. Yeah. They outwork you. They're in, it's hard to talk about them, but they talk about that rare air. And there is rare air. There's a place where most jets fly, and then you got the SR-71s and the supersonic jets, and they're in that rare air because they're special engines that nobody knows about. You don't even know about it.
Yeah.
Because it's that extra.
Yeah.
It's that secretive. They have a work ethic. Remember, there's all these pro athletes.
Yeah.
Why are there only 4 or 5 that you're like, man, that was another level. 4 or 5. There's a lot of great players.
Yeah.
But 4 or 5, you're like this. Even other athletes go like, wow, Michael Jordan, why are we still wearing this gear? Kobe, at a workplace we don't understand. LeBron, I'm looking at, man, and I look at music, I look at Michael, and I look at Prince. There's a lot of great people out there, but they're like, what is that rare air that when they walk in a room, everybody goes like, damn, that's so. Even an entertainer who's a superstar himself goes like this, wow, did you see so-and-so?
Yeah.
That's that, everybody wants to be in that rare air. Everybody wants, they think they would, you pay a heavy price to be in rare air. You, a lot of loneliness, a lot of time away, a lot of misunderstanding. Sometimes you carry anger because they didn't get it.
Yeah.
But you can't, you still have to do it because people in rare air have to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And most of them get a chance to get old and find a new life. Kobe didn't have that opportunity to come out that rare air. And now I'm in that rare air, but I'm going to come down to your level. I'm going to drop down 10,000 feet, hang out with y'all. I still got some stuff up here I ain't told you about. I'm going to come down and cruise at your level. And that's what we'll never know.
Yeah.
And that's a tragedy, man.
It really is.
Yeah.
But what's comforting though is just like, I love just how at peace he was with everything. Every time he was interviewed, are you done? Are you
He still don't smile.
He's like, I'm good.
Only 3 games? Only came to 3 games?
I've done that 20 years, been through that. Oh, how do you feel? Are you salty about LeBron about to pass you? He's like, no. He's like, that's great.
Yeah.
That's what you hope for.
He really was happy for LeBron. I used to tell people, I told you, son, I loved Olympic Kobe and Olympic Carmelo.
Oh, yes.
To see him and Wade and LeBron going to watch volleyball games. And I said, dude, that's when they come out that rare air.
Yeah.
When they came out the rare air and you just saw them supporting, hey, we're going to go to the swim meet. I'm like this. I wish I could hang with them.
Right.
That's like the only time you think you could probably hang out with them. I loved that. I loved seeing him smile.
Yeah.
I loved watching him smile.
And those moments too, just seeing even him and LeBron together,
Yes.
those public commercials, which were hilarious, But now it's like it has an even deeper meaning now. The fact that like both of them, one, even like Kobe at the height of the level he was, and LeBron still kind of making his way up pre-Miami, the fact that they were able to just like come together like that and just do something funny.
Right, in the cereal. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, Kobe. Dude,
man.
Dude, it was dude. I don't even know if dudes have what it takes to even accept that they can make fun of each other, even in the public commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, but it just makes those moments even more special than obviously the moments with him and Gianna courtside.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Those pictures are precious, too.
Yeah.
Oh, God, those pictures. The way she looked at him.
I know.
The way she looked in his eyes. That's every father with a child.
I know.
Hopes that your child looks something like that.
And that's the thing. And then even with everyone else, it's like they all have their own images, photos, things, moments that we might not know of. Yeah. But, they we'll have to look back on that and all that. And it's, again, it's like, it's unfortunate that we can't share like the same amount of, verbiage to the other families, because I wish we could sit here and talk about certain moments of everybody.
I wish we all knew them. I wish we all knew them like that. But I know their families have their moments. I hope their families get to talk more about them. That's what I love from Spectrum when they were breaking down who she was, and I was like, oh man, she was a baller. She became a coach,
and I hope we do see that more. More stories on all of them. And, because then like all the daughters, the teammates, like
that'd be a great memorial.
Yeah, I think so.
To see something done for all of them. Because they all seem to be cool people. They were cool in their own worlds.
Yeah.
And what they were doing.
Exactly. And even with the pilot, it's I think it's easier, for people to turn quickly to be like, oh well, why did he do this? Why did he do that?
Yeah, why they float? Why they fly below level when Van Nuys Airport, even the police helicopters went flying.
Yeah.
And they said, well, they gave them permission to fly. But you know what? I was in the Air Force, and dude, sometimes you're like, we can make this.
Yeah.
Because it's like playing basketball, man. We can get 6 points. Yeah. We can win this. He said, I can do this.
And was given permission by air traffic control.
And it's just one of those things.
Unfortunately.
One of those things that human error sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes not human error. Sometimes it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's look, man, I don't have many more words.
Yeah.
I just want our podcast. We'd be remiss if we didn't do it. We have to address it. I can't bring anything new to it. I don't have any better stories than anybody else. Mm-hmm. I just want to share my story because it makes you feel like, I did touch him.
Yeah.
But he touched me.
Yep.
Even
when people were hating on him.
Yeah.
He touched everybody. Yeah. And I think that's what adds to his greatness. The fact
he loved being a villain.
Yeah.
He loved putting a dagger in you. Yeah. He loved, I'm a villain. You don't like how I play? I'm gonna kill your team for 66.
Right.
Everybody can't take that, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like you said, there's really not much more we can say. And I think the best way we can end the show is, with Kobe's own words. And I want to play the audio if you're listening to the podcast. If you're watching the video, we'll try and play the video of it, but of Kobe's Dear Basketball, because I think
it's prophetic. The words, think about the words he said. It was like, even those young man, it's like an old man talking about how he got to where he is. Mm-hmm. It's prophetic, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
And again, there's still a lot of people who haven't even seen it.
You should. I know. I'm gonna tell everybody. So, you need to go out. You do yourself a disservice if you don't watch it.
Yeah.
You need to watch it because your mouth will go open like, oh my God. Sometimes when a person is gone, you get more of a glimpse of who they are. Mm-hmm. Usually by the time someone's gone, they're old.
Yeah.
They're 60, 70, 80 years old, and you're like, well, he lived a great life, and you'll find old footage. You're like, wow, I didn't know that. But this one, it's like blood is still warm.
Exactly.
You're still relevant.
Yep.
So relevant, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we should end the show with his own words.
Right.
Or Coda.
Yeah, he's gonna go. Yeah, man.
After Coda's barking.
Well, he's feeling spirits.
Right.
He's feeling spirits.
Exactly.
Man. All
right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to Blerd Empire. Without further ado, here is Dear Basketball by Kobe Bryant.
A 1-point game. Dear basketball. From the moment I started rolling my dad's tube socks and shooting imaginary game-winning shots in the Great Western Forum, I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you. A love so deep, I gave you my all. From my mind and body to my spirit and soul. As a 6-year-old boy, deeply in love with you, I never saw the end of the tunnel. I only saw myself running out of one. And so I ran. I ran up and down every court after every loose ball for you. You asked for my hustle. I gave you my heart. Because it came with so much more. I played through the sweat and the hurt. Not because challenge called me, but because you called me. I did everything for you. Because that's what you do when someone makes you feel as alive as you've made me feel. You gave a 6-year-old boy his Laker dream. And I'll always love you for it. But I can't love you obsessively for much longer. This season is all I have left to give. My heart can take the pounding. My mind can handle the grind. But my body knows it's time to say goodbye. And that's okay. I'm ready to let you go. I want you to know now, so we both can savor every moment we have left together. The good and the bad. We have given each other all that we have. And we both know, no matter what I do next, I'll always be that kid with the rolled up socks, garbage can in the corner, 5 seconds on the clock, ball in my hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love you always, Kobe.